What's going on YouTube? It's Ben Nader, and thank you guys so much for checking out another one of my YouTube videos. I'm blown away. We're about to hit 400 subs, and I'm super amped about that. If you're not subscribed yet, absolutely hit the subscribe button right now, and please be the 400th subscriber. I would love that. For all those that have already subscribed, smash the like button, and everybody smash the like button just for good measure anyways. I would super appreciate it. So guys, today this is the channel where we talk about starting recruiting agencies, getting into staffing, entrepreneurship, solopreneurship, all of that jazz. And if you love that, you should be subscribed anyways already. So let's talk today a little bit about getting outside your comfort zone. So this is something I've been meaning to mention for a while. This is elementary to getting into business and getting into business for yourself especially. So the truth of the matter is nothing happens and you don't grow and you accomplish nothing when you stay inside your comfort zone. So in some form or another, when you go for something and you join a new venture or you take action on something, you're getting out of your comfort zone to a certain degree. And the people that get the most out of their comfort zone, meaning they totally lose their comfort zone and they get completely uncomfortable, those are the most successful people. And this has just been shown over and over and over again. The people that are the first to do things, the people that, everyone thinks is weird, that wind up being successful millionaires. It's people that get out of their comfort zones. They don't stick with the crowd. They go stray alone. They look weird. They're doing something that's uncomfortable because it looks weird, and it's good. It's good to get out of your comfort zone. So what does it mean when you're in your comfort zone, right? It just means that you're usually too scared to do something, you're too timid, you think people will judge you maybe, potentially it's something you've been thinking about for a long period of time and you haven't acted on it at all. Oftentimes, being in your comfort zone is associated very much with procrastination. And so we build this narrative around ourselves and say, well, I'm going to do that at this time. I'm going to do that then. Or once I finish this, then I'll do that. But ultimately, it's just a product of staying in your comfort zone and not getting out of it, right? So that's what it really means to be in the comfort zone. And as an entrepreneur and going after new ventures and starting new things, you have to get outside the comfort zone. There's no way about it. There's just nothing you can do about it. I mean, personally, starting my YouTube channel, getting things going, getting myself out there, starting my recruiting agency, all of that, every single bit of it was jumping out of my comfort zone, right? So none of this was ever pre-planned or, set up or anything until about a year and a half, almost 2 years now ago, and I just decided to jump outside the comfort zone. So now I jump on a YouTube video and I don't care. Before I would be like, man, YouTube, wow, I'll never do that. But it doesn't matter now. So how do you get out of the comfort zone? There's a strategic and simple way that you can do it. There's a few ways you can do it. And the best way to do it is simply and strategically. So the first thing that I would recommend is that you start small, right? You do things that are a little bit uncomfortable, but they're small items like, make a YouTube video, make a Facebook post that's a little bit bold that you wouldn't have made normally in your normal comfort zone self, right? Especially in business, put something out there. Don't be ashamed. Think of things that you really want to do and do them, Take action on something small and tiny that's meaningful to you. Doesn't have to be impactful and wild and change the world, but do something a little bit, outside of the norm for you, right? That's one thing that you can do to start getting outside of the comfort zone. I would say that psychologically hacking it is another way of doing it, right? So simply just basically thinking of the worst case scenario. This is something I learned, I think, in the 4-Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss. Thinking of the worst case scenario, right? So he broke it down like this, thinking, what if you lost all of your money today, all of your possessions, and all of your livelihood, and basically just everything was taken from you? What's the worst case scenario? What skills do you have that you could go get a job at and start regaining your income? What's a way that you could live? Do you have people around you that you could live with? Are you capable of getting back up on your feet? Ultimately, at the end of the day, when most people do a psychological audit on themselves like that of worst case scenario, it's really not that bad, okay? And so let's go back to normal life, right? And think worst case scenario about jumping outside your comfort zone. We're not talking about like wiping out your entire life. I'm just talking about, what if you did something like make a YouTube video, or hey, tell someone you're starting a business, or, you know, launch a business and put up a Facebook business page online. Boom, getting out of your comfort zone. What's the worst case scenario? Ultimately, it's probably nothing. It's most likely support and love from, you know, friends and family or people that see it. I mean, that's a great scenario. So there's really no worst case scenario. But if you really want to go down the rabbit hole, you can think of the worst case scenario that could come out of that and psychologically hack it and be like, that's not that bad. I can totally do that. I can totally overcome that. What if somebody gave me a bad comment or something? You know what I mean? People do it all the time, right? You know, they'll call you out on something or just say something stupid or whatever. But getting out of your comfort zone, just psychologically hack that and say that worst case scenario is not that bad. And ultimately, it's really not. And so at the end of the day, it's like, you know, what is it really like to be rejected? You know, we've all been rejected before. I mean, think about it. Like, you know, this is practical knowledge. Like, thinking through things and thinking like, you know, what does it feel like when you've ever been rejected from a job or a relationship or whatever it might be? I mean, some things could be horrendous, right? But ultimately, they're not that bad. And getting out of your comfort zone is just a part of that. And think about that. And so you could easily psychologically hack yourself through getting out of your comfort zone. So that's several ways that you can kind of pop out of the comfort zone. Start small, psychologically hack it. You know, think of the worst case scenario, like what's really going to happen, what's it really going to feel like, and that sort of thing. At the end of the day, what's getting out of your comfort zone going to give you? Like, what's the purpose of this? Like, why are we going to get uncomfortable? Like, what's the reason behind it? Well, there's massive upside to getting uncomfortable. Okay, so as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, all of the people who are massively successful have jumped out of their comfort zone at some point or another and pretty much stayed outside the comfort zone to continue scaling their success. And I'm not sitting here claiming to be some person that's like wildly out of their comfort zone or anything like that, but people who are successful do practice this and they get out of their comfort zone, and that's how they gain success, because they start doing brand new things they haven't done before. They do the things they knew they needed to do. They have difficult conversations. You know, they are blunt, they're straightforward, they're direct, they're transparent with people finally, you know, after a while, and they tell people things that are on their mind when they haven't done that all their life. You know, they get really direct and stuff like that, and doing that is only going to give you massive upside. It's just been proven over and over again that people, when they jump out of their comfort zone, are, you know, gaining massive upside, because that's the only way to get success. That's the only pathway through success. You can't be timid behind a keyboard and, you know, just kind of pretend, well, yeah, I'm doing my thing and I'm getting there. It has to be genuine. I mean, you have to be real. You really have to go after what it is you're doing. So if you're getting into business and, you know, you're an entrepreneur, or you think you're an entrepreneur, I mean, prove it. Get out of your comfort zone and start going for things, right? So, you know, at the end of the day, it gives you progress. It gives you momentum. It gives you massive confidence. It pretty much gives you anything you want, because the saying, you know, really rings true. Everything that you want is right outside your comfort zone. So, you know, if your comfort zone's here, everything that you want is outside of that. And that really rings true. I mean, there's a reason people say that continuously over and over and over. And successful people say that all the time. And successful people also say that, you know, they never let themselves get comfortable. They always are uncomfortable. And so there's a reason for that, a really good reason for that, because everything that you want is outside your comfort zone. So besides gaining momentum and a bunch of progress and all that stuff, why am I talking about this? Like, what does it matter? Well, on this channel, we talk about starting recruiting agencies, getting into staffing, and doing, you know, entrepreneurial ventures and business and solopreneurship and the like. And this is a prerequisite to doing all of those things. Getting outside your comfort zone is something that you have to face. If you're not willing to face that, I mean, shut the video down, forget it. Don't worry about doing any of this and work your 9 to 5, or, you know, have a boss for the rest of your life, or do whatever. But if you're not willing to face, the music and actually hop outside that comfort zone, you're not going to hit that prerequisite to being a successful entrepreneur that really goes after what they're trying to get. The truth of it is, no one's going to give you anything. You have to take it. And that's the entrepreneurial mindset. No one will give you or hand you, just this business, this structure, or, all of that, unless it's a trust fund and you're set for life, go for it. But here's the deal. If you're an entrepreneur and you want to set something up and you want to have success, no one will hand that to you. You have to go out and get it yourself. A prerequisite for that is getting outside your comfort zone. So that's all I've got for today, guys. I hope that's valuable. Tell me in the comments if it's valuable. Smash the like button. Smash the living daylights out of it if you would. I would truly appreciate it. Subscribe if you're not already. I will catch you guys on Friday. I hope you're having an awesome week, and take care.